What's up guys, welcome to my new channel, Doordash Driver Reacts. My name is Blake Moore and I'm from the channel More Finance. For those of you who don't know me, I run a channel all about DoorDash and finances and all the nuances that go into being a DoorDash driver when it comes to the financial aspect of things. So I created this channel to give you guys more content, but have it be some different stuff than I do on my main channel. And so what I'm going to be doing on this channel is reacting to different DoorDash videos, and really I can react to anything, but it's mostly going to be DoorDash videos and stuff like that. And hopefully by doing this, I can give you guys my advice on what videos I think are actually good and what advice out there is actually good for you to follow and listen to. So that's kind of the whole goal of this channel. And so the first video I'm going to be reacting to today is the most famous DoorDash video on YouTube. It has 1.5 million views. You guys may have seen it. It's Bentley KOUP'S video, 8 Things I Wish I Knew Before Dashing. So I'm going to react to it, see if his advice is still valid. He posted this over a year ago, so we're going to find out. I haven't watched it in a very long time, so I'm honestly interested in seeing it again and seeing if the information he says is something that I would follow or if I don't think his advice is very good. So let's go ahead and get started.
Do not mark the card as lost. What up? This your boy Bentley KOUP'S, DoorDash Diaries, and if you are trying to get the most out of your DoorDash experience, whether you just started to do this, whether you've been doing this, I need you to hit that like and subscribe button right now as I drop regular videos with tips and tricks to help you maximize on your DoorDash goals. I'm officially on the race to 10,000 deliveries. Last week sometime, I don't even know when, I crossed over 9,000, and the race to 10,000 has begun. Got me to thinking, what are a couple of things that I wish I knew before I started? And while I think I have covered a lot of that through the videos that I've done over the last year and a half, I thought that I would just double down and give it to you all in one video. So here we go. Number one, this is addictive, almost to the point where they should have a DoorDash anonymous. Before you actually start dashing, you really don't have any expectation of what is to come. And as you start to dash, you make your first $100. You make your first $200 in a day. Then you make your first $100 in 3 hours. You make your first $100 in 4 hours. You start to develop a false impression of what it actually is as a business. And from every day forward, you start to develop an anticipation or a rush, a fix that you have to touch, that you have to reach in order to feel like you've had a productive day. This in itself can actually be anti-productive. This is a business, and just like every other business, there are factors that go into how busy or lack thereof that we are. So you need to anticipate ups and downs and prepare for them accordingly. And
I do agree with that. You do have to prepare for ups and downs because every day is completely different. Some days you might plan to make like 150 bucks in, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours, and you only make 80. It really just depends on the day, depends on how many drivers are out there on the roads, and also just a bunch of different factors, how quickly restaurants can make the food, and just all sorts of stuff. So I do agree with that you should expect to have fluctuation in your pay day to day.
in addition to that, I would say please set a goal, a daily goal, a weekly goal, a dash goal, and an amount of time that you are willing to work. And if you are working 75, 80, 85 hours a week just to hit your goal, we may need to reevaluate and just make sure that we have a good work-life balance. Number two, pickup times. The pickup time is a recommendation. It's not a requirement. If you have a restaurant where the order goes directly to them, in most cases, they're going to set the amount of time that they need in order to make that order. And this is going to be a default. So if they're not that busy, or if they're extremely busy, then it could be all. That pickup time is a recommendation. The best way to get more orders done in the time that you have is to move as quickly as you can. So please do not sit in your car until the pickup time. Walk into the restaurant and pick the food up.
I totally agree with him on that. Like, the faster you're moving as a person, the more orders you're going to get done. I know that when I'm hustling and I'm like literally jogging into restaurants, jogging upstairs to people's apartments, and just all that stuff, I get so many more orders done and I make so much more money than when I'm kind of just lazy. I walk everywhere. I chill in my car for a sec. I'm on my phone, you know, all that stuff. And I make way less money. So I totally agree with him. But on the pickup times, that is a recommendation, but not from DoorDash. DoorDash sticks to that. If you're over 10 minutes late to a pickup, then they will give you a contract violation for that. And it's so stupid because I've had that happen before where I got the wrong address. Like for some reason in DoorDash, the address was wrong for the restaurant. So I drove clear out of the way and then found out it was the wrong address, had to drive clear back to the restaurant. And then I still got a contract violation because I was late to pick it up past 10 minutes. So watch out for that. That's annoying, but I totally agree with him. Move faster.
A long line, you're going to be late. If they haven't made the food yet, you're going to be late. If somebody else has picked it up or there's some type of confusion, they don't have an item or whatever the situation may be, you're going to be late. Don't set yourself up for failure. Once you get the order, quickly proceed to the restaurant, walk into the restaurant, acknowledge that you are DoorDash and that you're coming for that particular order so that they know to put some haste on their ass and they can get you the food so you can bankhead bounce and get on about your day. Number 3, hotspots. The hotspot is not a hot spot per se. What it is a central location that helps DoorDash to better dispatch drivers to restaurants in that central area. Rule of thumb, pro tip for all of my triple Ds, all of my T3D family, please do not sit at a hot spot. You come out better driving towards a hot spot and then proceeding to a restaurant that you know will deliver orders routinely through DoorDash.
See, I disagree on that. Hotspots are literally the central location where the most orders are. That's literally what the hotspot is. So going and finding your own kind of place to dash that's not near a hotspot, it just doesn't seem to work for me. Maybe it does in your market, I don't know, but it doesn't ever work out for me. And it seems like if I'm not by a hotspot, I literally don't get any orders whatsoever. So I totally disagree with what he's saying on that. But I mean, maybe in his market it works. I don't know. I've never dashed in North Carolina, which is where I think he dashes.
Really quickly, before I move on to this, another great example is going to be the vlog that I did from California. In that ride along, I clearly stated that the hot spot was about 1.5 miles away from the restaurant that I chose to sit outside of. And I explained why I chose to sit outside of that restaurant. Insert that here. Do a calculation really quickly.
Okay, so he says he just sits outside of a restaurant. I think that's honestly one of the worst strategies, especially now when it comes to dashing, because I've noticed that when I'm parked, I get way less orders. So the fact that he says to just sit outside of a restaurant, don't do that, guys. That's not going to lead to a lot of good orders, and you're going to end up just sitting there for quite a while, I have a feeling. So don't do that. Constantly be driving around. I have like 2 streets that have so many restaurants on them in my market, and I just drive up and down those streets. I just loop around and go back and forth through those streets, and I'm pretty much constantly getting orders the entire time. I'm just waiting for the right one to accept. So that's my advice. I would not just sit outside of a restaurant, especially if it's not even in a hotspot area, because the hotspot area, at least there's going to be a bunch of other surrounding restaurants that you can receive orders from as well, not just one.
Learn your area, learn your restaurants, trust your gut, not the hotspots. Numero 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 4. Numero 4. I'm going to adjust my toboggan for this one. Hold on. Bam! Stacked orders. I have previously done plenty of videos on stacked orders. How to attack them, how to approach them, the best strategies, what to look out for, Ixnay, Xnay, X, Y, and Z. But what I'm going to tell you is this. You can do stacked orders in whatever order you want to. Scenario number 1. You have 2 orders. They're both from Chipotle. The first order is not done. The second one is. Grab the second order, go deliver, use your instincts. Do we want to go back and get the order? If not, unassign.
Now that's a pretty good rule of thumb, but honestly, when it comes to stack orders, I've come to find out that it usually ends up just working out better if you just wait for the second order instead of dropping off the first order that's ready and then driving all the way back and picking up that second order. It just does not seem to ever work out in my favor because it takes me like 7 minutes in this direction, then I have to drive 7 minutes back to the restaurant and then go and drop the other one off, and it ends up being like a half hour when if I had just waited like 5 or 10 minutes, probably would have only taken me 20 minutes to get both orders dropped off. So that's kind of what I've noticed. but maybe for him it's worked out a couple times, so that's why he's giving the advice. But my advice would be to just wait it out, and if you wait longer than 10 minutes, just unassign it, drop off the first one, and don't even worry about going back to the restaurant or anything like that. Just unassign it while you're at the restaurant if it takes longer than 10 minutes.
I don't know if I've said this before, but you can dash out of state. And I have covered that process a couple different times. If you don't know, I am the traveling dasher. I move, I shake, I get it in where I land. And I can show you how to switch over your zones and all of that good stuff in the video that was just somewhere up in here.
So I definitely agree with that. You can dash anywhere. I just barely dashed in California, and all you have to do is just, when you get there, click dash now, and it should just change it pretty much automatically. It like pops up a little thing and you just confirm that you want to change your area to that area. So it's not hard at all, and that's how you do it.
Boom. Whatever number this is. Number 6. Please, 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 please turn off your Wi-Fi. I'm with you if you are trying to save some data by using Wi-Fi. But what this is going to do is every time you change networks, every time you walk into a Starbucks, every time you walk into a Dunkin', and your phone has to verify a new IP address. If DoorDash sends you an order, you're going to miss the order.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I always turn off my Wi-Fi because I connect to a bunch of random places like hotels, restaurants, McDonald's, just all sorts of stuff. And it really throws off your dash. And so I definitely agree with that. Turn off your Wi-Fi.
One to use Wi-Fi, cellular, Wi-Fi, cellular, Wi-Fi, cellular. And what happens in the meantime, in between time? You lose orders. Turn your Wi-Fi off. You can dash without your red card. That's number 7, by the way. You can dash without your red card.
That's true. I never ever take red card orders. They are always terrible, in my opinion. I've never had a good one. So my advice would be to don't even worry about it. Activate it. Activate your red card because DoorDash forces you to. But I never accept a red card order, so don't even worry about bringing it along with you. It's really not a big deal.
Don't do it. The last and final thing that I'm going to go over with you before I get up out of here. When I first started doing DoorDash, I don't even know whose link I used or whose referral code I used. But in addition to them potentially receiving a bonus for me signing up, I was given the opportunity to earn a bonus as well. How many deliveries did I have to complete? 100. 150. As a part of the referral link, all I had to do was complete 150 deliveries within the first 30, 90 days or whatever the situation may be. And DoorDash would have given me an additional $1,000. I had no idea that I was a part of this promotion.
So I'm not really going to get into that last little bit. That's pretty much the end of the video. And I'm not going to get into that because it's different for everyone. Like, I don't even have a referral code in my area because they don't need dashers. So I'm not going to get into that. But that's pretty much my thoughts on this video. There's my reaction. I had seen it before. A lot of the stuff he mentions are pretty good beginner tips, but some of the stuff I do disagree with. Overall, pretty good video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thanks for joining my channel. Make sure you subscribe. And also, if you're not already subscribed to my main channel, More Finance, you can hop over there and subscribe as well. But thanks for watching. As you guys know, you're the best subscribers in the entire world, and I'll see you guys next time.